Have you ever wanted a safe and loving place to come to spark that good feeling in yourself? Well, you've arrived. Welcome to the Show with Tanya Butson. In this space, Tanya encourages you to view yourself through love. This new energy allows you to become brave, to take the first step towards healing and thriving. Get ready to step into a level of self-worth never before experienced. With Tanya, a leader in the field of human potential, you will shift from longing to creating to discover that there is something better, and you will never ever have to settle for being in a state of perpetual darkness again. The Show with Tanya starts now. Hello, everyone. I'm Tanya Butson, and you're listening to the Show on Transformation Talk Radio. Thank you for joining us today. Today is a really fun episode, so I hope that some of you are brave enough to call in or write in. Stay with us for the next hour and let us help you learn how to heal your life. You're going to learn some cool stuff today, I am sure. Each Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, we will have some of the most interesting topics and stories, tips, and guests helping you to be all that you are. Today, I will be giving away free intuitive card readings. So call in 1-800-930-2819. I hope to complete 2 card readings per segment. So a total of 8 people I'm hoping will jump on and join me for some fun, interactive, intuitive oracle card readings. So don't be shy. Let those calls come in and make my producer really busy with all the phone calls coming in. I mentioned last week when I was on about the meditation that I do every morning, pull myself a card from Gabby Bernstein's The Universe Has Your Back deck. And today I pulled one, and I told you they're always accurate. This one I think I've had maybe a couple times, but it's not one I pick frequently. So it was very perfect for today's show. And it is, I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. And I just thought that was so, how can you see that? There you go. And I love the third eye there and the rainbow, and just showing that there is a connection between our humanness, but it comes from the spirit first. And what we are here to do is create a field of love and peace and harmony. So that was really exciting. I went, okay, this is what the show is supposed to be about today, is showing you guys my spiritual side and getting in tapped with that intuitive guidance. So I actually picked today a different deck. I've never used this for card readings before, so why not just go out and do something completely different? So we've got the Earth Magic deck that I'm going to work with, and we have that's by Stephen D. Farmer, this deck, and it is really, really pretty. Those of you who are connected to the Tree of Life, that's what the front of the cards look like. And then they're just so beautifully illustrated. So this is the deck that I want to work with today. So I need you guys to call in. Come on, or the show's going to be over in 2 minutes if nobody calls in. So I will start to shuffle them. These are going to be set with the intention to give positive guidance from the divine today, and anyone that is needing assistance to move forward with grace and gratitude and peace in their heart. That is the intention that I set out for everybody. in the collective, because I will be pulling a collective card as well. I was going to do that at the end of the show, but I can do that now. Why don't I do that now? I'll just change it up a little bit. So I am choosing a card for the collective, for the human race and humanity. Just a simple question, what do we need to know as a collective species? What do we need to know right now? This card could be of many things. I am very curious to know what we need to know. So I just shuffle until I feel called or until a card jumps out. I don't know, you can't see me, but I am shuffling those cards below the mic. I don't want you to hear me hit the mic with them. So what do we need to know? I'm going to just pull one out. So let's see. Forest. And the message on the card is breathe. So this is really, really, really cool because I think humanity needs a timeout. I think we need to be put in the corner a little bit, take a break, and take a breath. So the world has a lot of crazy stuff going on right now, and kind of need to dive deep into the forest and be covered by the beautiful canopy of the trees and allow it to protect us while we can take a time out and breathe. And in that breath, we find the foundation of what we are actually truly here for. What is our purpose? Why have we come together as a mass of people and of beings? And what are we longing for? And in this card, I truly see peace is definitely in the forefront of this card with some doves flying in amongst the forest. Unity, we are all one. We are all creators of the one big creator. And if we could only get out of our own way, we could definitely feel that unity with self first and then unity with everyone else thereafter. There's lots of growth in here. There's green. Green is richness and growth. And we also see the blooms of flowers in that breath. So when you take a moment to stop and get into that present moment and breathe, so many blooms flourish and open up. And if humanity could just get quiet for a moment, just 1 minute, and take a breath, we could redirect the energy into some beautiful positivity and benevolence for all. So that's what I'm seeing in this card. It comes with a book. So let's see what the book says about this card and about my question about us knowing what we need in regards to the collective, knowing what we need to know. So as we make our way across the meadow to the thicker parts of the forest, there's a subtle shift in the sensations in the body, one that might initially be barely perceptible, but soon becomes undeniable. It's nearly impossible not to take deeper breaths. The richness of the forest oxygen given freely and generously from the trees, the standing ones to us. It is a natural exchange for the carbon dioxide we release every time we exhale. Further, the animals of the forest participate in this exchange as well in what is one of the most miraculous and remarkable collaborations between plants and animals that serve to help each other. live and thrive. The ratio of this oxygen carbon dioxide exchange has been in balance for millennia, but has been changing quite dramatically in the last several years as carbon dioxide levels have been rising. Yet there are many parts of the world where we can still enjoy the refreshing and revitalizing effects of an afternoon, enjoying the sights, sounds, and smells of a walk in the forest. Through prayer and action, we can express our gratitude to these tree beings for the many gifts they provide, not the least of which is contributing to the very air we breathe. Things are different after a walk in the forest. So, the book had a very different take than what I did. But at the same time, I think they very much come together because I don't know. I would love to get her on here as a guest one day too. I have a very dear friend who lives in the forest, 100-acre woods up near Tobermory, Ontario in Canada. And if you've ever had the luxury to go visit the Georgian Bay, it's definitely a bucket list thing to do, as a side note. But being in her forest is divine. It is godly. It is pristine, blissful. So I invite you right now to take that breath with me. We're going to take a breath for 1 minute and I will take you through that forest. So, and a nice and straight spine, feet flat on the floor. Open up your hands, and I'm going to invite you. We're just doing one breath. Nice big breath in through the nose. And exhale it out through the mouth. And in that breath, you enter the deep green forest that is lush with dew and rampant with beautiful animals swinging from the trees and crawling across the roots, and the leaves have fallen and the pine needles are all there. And in that space, we find this delicate moment, just in this one breath of peace and divinity, where we call upon the higher beings to soothe us in our present moment and to make that serenity of the forest hug us with that love and that divinity and that oxygen that keeps us breathing over and over again. And for that, we are thankful. For if we have no breath, we have no life. So the first thing we say is thank you for our breath. And so it is. Okay, we have a caller, but it's time for break. So everybody get your phones. We're going to dial in and get the lineup for the callers. And we're going to take this caller as soon as we come back from break. So stay tuned. We're back on the Show with Tanya Butson. And before we continue on with our caller, I wanted to remind you how to reach me. You can head over to my website, organicallymeta.ca, or you can send an email at organicallymeta@outlook.com. So it sounds like we have a caller. So I'm all set for the caller, Emily, if they're still there.
Yep, we have Charlene from Canada. Charlene, you are on the air. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi, Charlene. I can count on you, eh?
um, are you doing complimentary card pullings today?
I sure am. I sure am. But just a quick note: your parcel went out yesterday via Canada Post, so watch for it in the next week.
Oh,
So thank you for your
thank
support.
you.
Yes, you're welcome. Would you like a card read today?
Yes, please.
Okay. Was there anything in particular you wanted to ask? Any particular question, or you want a general, what do you need to know?
I think it's whatever comes up is whatever is meant for me.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'm just going to shuffle these. So, Charlene wants to know whatever she needs to know. Please guide us with some strong answers. Charlene from Canada. Charlene, what does she need to know? Okay, Charlene, I'm just going to pick one. And I'm picking it from the middle of the deck. Oh, look at this. Iceberg. Submerged. Oh, have you been keeping yourself a little bit hermited lately? I'm wondering if the heaviness of the world has got you keeping yourself a little bit more isolated than normal. Would that sound like the right track?
Yep.
Okay.
It has.
Okay. I see, like, you kind of come in and out of this. Well, you're on this journey, obviously, towards love and kindness and peace on earth. But you are human after all, and you get heavy with some cold thoughts once in a while. And I'm wondering if there has been, this year, possibly a passing of a loved one or somebody close to you as well. Just looking at this, I'm seeing that perhaps you might be mourning something, you're grieving, and that's also been very heavy on your heart, keeping you a little bit more isolated than, because I can pick up that you have a very spunky, outgoing personality, but this card is definitely saying that you have been submerged and keeping yourself, and there's been a little bit of coldness in your heart, not intentionally, but just because of the circumstances surrounding your life. So I will,
More
before I
healthy
can,
boundary.
sorry.
More somebody overstepped their boundaries with me, so I had to put up a healthy boundary for myself for self-love.
Well, congratulations on being able to do that. That's not an easy task. Those boundaries are essential, but very difficult to establish. So good work on that. So that is kind of like a death of something that you had with somebody when you put up that boundary. Because I definitely see there's an end of something that happened. So I'm figuring with that boundary, perhaps there was an ending to the relationship or less of the relationship. Yes. Okay. Good news is I see I see mountains and I know where you're from. So this is a very cool card also that you got. I haven't shown this card yet to you, but the icebergs, and the mountains and the water. So there is a break coming through that iceberg, and then you're going to be able to go through and see bright skies again. So I will read the book as well to let you know what the message is from the author of the deck. But this is, I don't know if you're watching, but this is what the card looks like. And so you can see the beautiful mountain view with the lake or the ocean. And of course, well, it'd be the ocean because the icebergs are there. So I think this is very, very personal to you. So iceberg, up to 90% of an iceberg's body is below the surface, deeply submerged in the bosom of grandmother ocean. Yet grandmother allows considerable freedom for her enormous children, permitting them to move about as dictated by the currents and their own momentum. Having broken off from a glacier or ice shelf, they float along the sea, much to the detriment of vessels that attempt to traverse their passageways. Most of us have heard stories of ill-fated ships that have had tragic encounters. There is that death that I was talking about. Yeah, totally see this in this card. Okay. Um, Tragic encounters with the ice mountains. Although the topmost portion of an iceberg can easily be seen, there's still a massive amount of its body below the water that may be difficult to detect. And that which remains unseen can fool us and perhaps even be dangerous and damaging. So here is your message. Whatever you suppress or deny and attempt to keep out of conscious awareness will show up somewhere and somehow. These are your shadow aspects. I'm sure you know because you put up a boundary. So I know you know what shadow work is. At one time, you put them out of your consciousness for good reason, yet they remain contained by shame and guilt. Sometimes these submerged aspects of yourself are projected onto others so that they mirror those denied or suppressed parts of you. And you may even harshly judge these characteristics when they are exhibited. Keeps going. Now is the time. Okay, so let me comment on that because that coincides exactly what I was saying with the fact that I felt like you were being colder or icier than normal and that you needed to put up some protection and shelter yourself more. And there was the death of something. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I see a skeleton in that one iceberg up here. Um, so this is all making total sense, but with that care that you did for yourself and dealing with the shadows and putting up that boundary, there is good coming. And so let's see what this says. Now is the time to allow these elements to surface and embrace them. They may make up some sort of self-expression, a secret dream you wish to accomplish, or even uglier aspects that are difficult to acknowledge or accept. Whatever you have submerged deep inside of you, this is your opportunity to pay attention to those things and welcome them to the family called you. So that is saying that as you work through these things, you've got more work to do, like we all do. It's never ending. Even Louise Hay on her deathbed, she put on her music that she would and crossed over to listening to that music that she would listen to when she was growing and healing. And we are just constantly in that healing state. And with these deep shadows and these submerged parts of the iceberg, that boundary that you created is only going to help surge up more of that berg that we can't see for you to heal and to let go of and to be free of. So I think this is a very promising card because what is submerged with a person that has a growth mindset like yourself is not going to stay submerged. So I'd love to hear your feedback, if you will.
Yes, exactly. For me, it was more about it was I choose me because I had to tell the truth to somebody else and put up a healthy boundary, and I choose me. So I had to tell somebody else about what had happened, and it was very difficult, and it was a lot of courage. It took a lot of courage, and I left that person to deal with it themselves. But honesty, there's like my throat chakra had to come wide open, even if it was shaking, and because I knew how to keep my communication center open and not close up like I had in the past. So it was hard, but it was healing.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, you went outside your comfort zone and opened up that throat chakra and said your truth. And like you said, it shakes, it quakes, and you say what you have to do to be authentic to yourself. And you're right, you leave it with the other person to deal with as they need to on their own journey. And what is super amazing about what you have done is that you have set the sail towards your freedom of your personhood by, allowing someone to go for now anyway and set up those boundaries that were healthy for you. So that's a really, really hard thing for people to do. So congratulations on that self-love, because that's big. That is like the Titanic when you think about it in healing terms in regards to trying to avoid those icebergs you can't see that are underneath the water. So congrats. You are
Yeah, because
go
I
ahead.
like the saying. I like the one saying that Breanne Brown has, like when you're negotiating. I will negotiate a contract. I will negotiate a topic, some topics, but I will not negotiate who I am, because if
Mm,
I do, I'm betraying myself, and I will not betray myself. So I will tell my truth. And I knew, like, if I kept quiet, I would just it would stay deep inside me, and it had to come up for healing.
amazing, amazing. That's awesome. And you're right. Brene Brown says some major powerful statements, and that is definitely one that resonated with you and that you had to do, because we know what happens when we keep our communication and our true feelings suppressed and submerged inside. It creates disease in our body, and we're ending up with some
Well,
physical ailments.
you can't sleep at night. I need to have a clear conscience. I'm a good person, and I there's certain things that I will not tolerate anymore. I'm past that stage of the game, and so, because I know that we're all creators and we all have free will, but at the same time, we have the right to create those healthy boundaries.
You are 100% correct. Thank you so much for calling in. I hope this was helpful for you and that it confirmed exactly what you did was the right thing for yourself on your journey of growth and healing. It looks like we have another caller as well. Is that true, Emily? Are they still on the line?
Yep, we have Ferris from Canada. Are you ready to take the call?
Do we need to take break or are we good to go?
It is up to you.
Well, let's take the caller.
Okay, sounds good. We have
Okay.
Ferris from Canada. Ferris, oops, 1 second here. Let's go to break while we let our phone come back.
All right, live.
All right.
You're live from Canada. Here we go. We'll be right back, hopefully, with the caller from. Thank you for watching. We're back on the Show with Tanya Butson. I have been giving away free intuitive oracle card readings through this show today. And we do have time for some more callers. So let's keep the lines open to receive more calls. We did have Ferris on the line, but we lost him or her. So if they would like to call back in, that would be great. Um, so it's really interesting. I don't know if you were watching the last segment before break. We had Charlene call in from Canada, and she her card was a little bit of a heavier card, and the cards always resonate with what's going on in our lives at the moment, and despite her bright spirit, she's going through some difficult times where she has to make some difficult choices. And the cards can tend to be a little bit heavier. And I'm not sure if there's much more, I'm trying to think in nature, mountains would be, but what would be heavier than icebergs, So that was kind of a dense card that she picked. And when you're going through a dense time in your life and you're having to do things that are uncomfortable, but are the best for you and your mental health and your physical health, um, it is very freeing when you do that. But the process of it is can be so hard. Uh, it makes you stretch and go in different directions that you would rather run away from. So I really give her a lot of um, kudos for doing what she felt was best in her life by creating a boundary with somebody who was more than likely taking advantage of something. And she said no. And no is a complete sentence. You can say that, and you can have that opportunity in your life. Stop people pleasing. That's a whole other show, which would probably be a really good topic to talk about is the incessant people pleasing that many of us empaths do to keep the peace and until one day we explode and go no more no more. So I I really do have a lot of respect for people who can put up those boundaries and say no. So, Ferris, are you not going to call back in? I'm sorry that we lost you. Callers, you can write in if you don't want to speak. If you don't want to use that throat chakra, you don't have to. You can definitely write in the comments if you're on Facebook or if you're on the website, Transformation Talk Radio. You can write in the comments section there as well. Um, so we still have time for about 3 more callers. Emily, did you say that there was one that had wrote in earlier? Maybe I think you said maybe Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica, Sierra are both open to card readings. I'm also open to a card reading if you have time.
Oh, okay. Let's do you.
Awesome.
Let's put you on the spot. Thank
Okay.
you for being open. Okay, so is there a specific question you wanted to ask, or the general? What do you need to know?
Ooh, I think a general. I
Okay.
can't think of anything specific right now.
Okay. All right. So, what Emily needs to know today? What information will help her guide her way through towards her truth and authenticity? What divine wisdom does she need to know? There's lots that want to, like, they're getting stuck while I shuffle. They want to say a lot to you, I think. Okay. Oh, what were you talking about on the break?
Oh
So,
no, what is it?
rainbow. I said the
Oh,
pot of gold, but what's at the bottom of a rainbow is the pot of
wow,
gold.
that's cool.
Yeah, blessings. Amazing. Okay, so there has been some darkness of some sort, some rain hovering over your life for the little last while, and you have had just about and you could use some sunshine. And with the breaking of the clouds and of that extra rain that has been, you know what happens when they plant the seed, right? Into the dark earth. You know, we put some water on it and then we put some sunshine on it and then it starts to grow and blossom and flourish. Well, I feel like that's kind of you've been in a little bit of pit of darkness over something in your life and now the sun is coming out and with that rain and the sun what do we get? We get a rainbow. So blessings are on their way, and you have stayed the course of dealing with whatever has come along over the last little bit. And there you can see that there is this bright colored ray of beauty just waiting for you. So before I read the book, does any of this resonate with you?
Yeah, that's awesome. It makes sense because I was kind of like I'm an artist and I like to make art, but for like a long time I was kind of not like making any art and I felt like no reason to since I graduated school because I wasn't doing it for classes. But recently I have found reasons to do it and now I do it every day and I'm much happier now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, um, I know you're learning about Reiki and the chakras. So creativity is, um, so we got the root as the base chakra, and then up from the root is the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is all about your creativity. So something must have come unblocked in your sacral chakra and is allowing that creativity to flow. And for you as an artist, I can only imagine that being able to put that onto canvas or whether you're a musician, whatever, right, for artistic, that is the blessing, is to have that free flow back again when you when it's been stuck and stagnant.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool. So um let me read to you what it says because I think you're going to be excited. A rainbow is created by the collaboration of sunlight and water in the atmosphere. The water droplets become tiny prisms that collectively diffuse and disperse light into a ribbon of colors that is the essence of every hue we're capable of perceiving on this planet. Rainbows symbolize many things, including good luck, a bridge to heaven, and abundance. It's difficult for any of us to ignore the majesty of a rainbow and the gentle power inherent in its display. It's such a simple blending of the elements coming together in perfect visual harmony to create one of the most beautiful sights in all of creation. Sounds like your artwork. Although there are diverse meanings attributed to the sight of a rainbow, a common thread that it offers is blessing. The artist of this image created this rainbow to commemorate a friend who had just died. She worked on it whenever she felt her love and appreciation for her friend, the blessings he brought to the world and to her life, often after a spell of tearful grief. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm show the card again. It's got real meaning to it. The storm has passed, and it is time to enjoy the refreshing beauty of the cycle, even though it has been difficult to appreciate any sense of purposefulness in what you have endured lately. Yeah, there you go. You stopped doing school and you kind of lost your purpose after having to have those assignments in, right?
Uh-huh.
You can now, as they say, count your blessings. Do not just look at the brighter side, adhering to some academic, oh, there it is, the academic mantra that has no heart or depth, but do so slowly and with genuine gratitude that is expressed up close and personal. This ever evolving process of life itself is a blessing, an opportunity to exist as a human being on Earth. The planet is a beautiful garden, even if it does not always appear to be so. There's that seed I was talking about. Sometimes, if it is only when you look back at a memory of an experience that you can truly see the blessings that have come from them. Bless your difficult or painful experiences and let them go. So, how exciting is that? What do you think?
That is amazing. Thank you for doing that for me.
Oh, you're
I love
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. The skies are clear, girl.
Yay.
You're on your way.
Happy to hear
Oh,
that.
yes. Okay, so we had a lighter card. We had the dense card, we
Yeah.
had the lighter card. And now I see Mary Jane from Denver. Is she still on the line?
Yes, we still have Mary Jane. And okay, Mary Jane from Denver, you are on the air. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi, Mary Jane. Or it's Mary Jean. Mary Jean?
Yeah. Yes,
Oh,
Jean. Jean. A
okay,
little
Mary
different.
Jean.
Mary Jean.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How are you
Thank
today?
you.
Mary Jean, are you there?
I'm there. I'm here.
Okay. Would you like a card pulled today?
I would.
Okay, perfect. Do you have a specific question you were wanting or a general?
I think just a general for maybe for the summer.
Okay, okay. Ooh, I like that. All right. Okay, so Mary Jean from Denver. Mary Jean, Mary Jean. It's funny how your words just want to go Mary Jane. Mary Jean, Mary Jean, Mary Jean, Mary Jean from Denver. Thank you for calling in. She would like to know general information, what she should know over the summer months, what is her guidance, what does the divine want her to know, generalization for the upcoming. What does Mary Jean from Denver need to know? Okay, I am going to pull a random one from the back. Here we go. Let's see. Ooh, shaman. Shaman. Ancient healing wisdom. Okay. Wow, this card is powerful. Powerful card. There we go. All right, Mary Jean, let's see what is coming through for me. I feel like you are, like, this is powerful. You're a powerful person. You know your power and you delve deep into it probably on a daily basis. You have wisdom. I feel like you are a retired nurse or something like that. You've got this healing wisdom within you, not only from this current life, but also your ancestors. But it makes you one that a lot of people come to for answers. You're sought out by people who need healing, and that can be physical, mental, spiritual. You're devout in honoring Mother Earth. You are respectful of the ancient wisdom, and you're very connected, I feel, to your ancestors. And that you keep tradition very much forefront in your current life. You might be the one where everybody comes to for the 4th of July to celebrate, and you have all of the wonderful traditions that everybody wants to do. And you're like, oh, we're going to Aunt Mary Jean's house, and we're so excited. And, you're definitely someone that people look up to. And you've done a lot of healing. You've been through a lot. The war paint is definitely there, but you have come through and you have given it, you're all with healing. You haven't been afraid to heal. And for that, you have been given a lot of knowledge. So, how am I doing?
I would agree with that. I lost my mother and my father in the last year and a half, but I do feel like they're very close by. And yeah, I'm kind of a center in our family for, dinners or things like that, or getting together.
Yeah,
So
I really think that, and first of all, very sorry for the loss of your parents. That is very, very difficult to go through. I would imagine, so close together as well.
Yeah.
But I mentioned the ancestors. That's all a part. They are with you. Like, they're your ancestors, and obviously your parents are very close to you. And that is, it's hard to articulate, because there is this it's a bond. There is a bond, and that will never be severed. Despite the fact that they have crossed over, whether it's your parents or your ancestors before, there's this bond, and you're very attuned to it. And you're now like the chief hat has now been passed to you to keep the family traditions alive and to keep the wisdom alive. I think there's a lot of wisdom in your family, and you're now the forerunner for that. And everybody, no pressure, but everybody's really that as well. Kind of got bombed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that, like that, I don't know, like what better card could you pull than a shaman card? You know, they're highly revered for their knowledge and their wisdom. So, and their capabilities to heal. So I think you're going to be the healing center. Did I get anything right about the nursing? Is there anybody in nurse?
I'm sorry. Oh, a nurse. I'm not a nurse, but I am working towards retiring from my current job. Hopefully next spring is my goal. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think with your retirement, it's going to free up your time to start being the shaman of your family. Yeah. So it's don't allow that to feel like a burden, because it's very much a positive, and it's out of respect. People respect you.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I hope
I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, you like that? Okay. Good. Well, I really appreciate that you took the time to call in, and I'm glad that message resonated with you, because I don't know, that card that's pretty much an epic card, to be receiving, because you need to know what you're doing over the next. This is for the summertime, right? So this is for you to start to move in the motion of taking on these responsibilities because of the passing of your parents. Now we're getting into that fresh space of summertime where moods are usually uplifted with the sunshine and the warm weather. And this is your time to kind of integrate into becoming the new role that has been left to you and kind of expected of you from your ancestors. So you're putting on the new chief hat, and you've got a big role ahead of you, but you'll do wonderful with it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a great day. Thank you for calling in.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Emily, I know we're near the end of the show. Did we have another caller, or did we lose them as well?
We lost them, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, why don't we wrap things up? That was fun. I'm really happy that we had some callers. That's great. Yeah, that's so awesome. And thank you for allowing us to read your card live on the air too, Emily. That is really great of you. I just want to remind people where they can find me. I'm like feeling so, I get very hot when I do these readings, and I'm so glad it's the end of the show, because then I can go cool off. But before I go, I want to remind you that you can find Organically Meta over on social media, on Facebook as well as Instagram. Feel free to follow for daily inspiration and keeping up to date what's going on and all the offerings that I have. You can DM me there as well too, and comment and like. Also email organicallymeta@outlook.com, and check out everything on the website organicallymeta.ca. I do love connecting with people all around the world, and I love to hear from you. And today was a very heartwarming show for me, because I got to talk to the audience. So that is so fun. If you want to take a leap and change your life 360, contact me at Organically Meta. Adding intuitive readings into your life will help you heal your life and move into being all that you are. If you ever want to have your own one-on-one, reach out to me to be inspired and learn more. Follow me on social media and to start the journey of remembering who you are. I always like to leave the show with 3 important words for you. I love myself. I want to thank you all for tuning into the Show. I am really grateful to enlighten you on what to expect in the immediate future for the collective. So remember that, what we need to do, stop and breathe, share some insights with callers today. Thank you for joining us. And please join me next Tuesday. I'm super, super stoked about next Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time and 12 p.m. Eastern time, because next week I'm going to have my first guest. That's not Dr. Pat. My first guest, she is going to join us, and it'll be my 6th episode. And we will be bouncing high with my very first guest, Alicia from Bam Bouncers. Be sure to tune in and find out what all this jumping craze is all about. In the meantime, make it a great week, and I will see you again back here next week. Have a great day.
You have been listening to The Show with Tanya Butson on Transformation Talk Radio. Tune in every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, where Tanya encourages you to experience yourself through love. This new energy allows you to become brave, to take the first step towards healing and thriving. Shift from longing to creating, to discover that there is something better. You will never ever have to settle for being in a state of perpetual darkness again. For more information, visit organicallymeta.ca. Again, organicallymeta.ca.